What's going on, everyone? We're on the 2025 Wired Freedom e-bike, and I'm on my way to meet someone at the park. Let me show you the bike real quick so you know what I'm riding, and it's just not handlebars. There you go, 2025 Wired Freedom. I'm gonna meet someone here locally. He came across my videos online, said, hey, live in the same town. I'm considering buying a Freedom. He's a potential Wired customer and just kind of wanted to see one in person before he pulled the trigger and get an idea if it's gonna fit on his bike rack or not. So I agreed to meet up with him and let him get hands-on here with the Wired Freedom. All right, we made it to the park here. Let's see if we can find this gentleman. Here we go. Yo. Huge, yeah, it is huge. It's always a good idea to get a look at these. What we got here?
Little trusty steed.
The Fun Hang. how's that one been for you?
It's honestly,
good to meet you. I'm Brian.
like, it's been pretty good, honestly. Like as cheap as it is, I think like before shipping is like $249, $250 on Amazon.
Get out, really? Wow.
400, four something out the door.
That's really cheap. Holy cow.
It is.
But next to this bike, it just looks like Goliath.
It does.
Yeah, I don't think this Wired is probably not going to fit onto this rack. I don't know if I would trust it.
Yeah, that was my.
Just because this is like extra ratchet straps. Good idea. I use pretty much a motorcycle rack for mine because I want to be well within the weight capacities, you know. Mine holds like 300 pounds. So when you got this thing that weighs 120, the battery's in it.
So probably about 110-ish without.
A little bit less, maybe 105-ish. Battery's out, be my guess. Not sure.
I guess technically, if length would work, I didn't even think about the length.
Yeah. So yeah,
the videos didn't make it look this giant.
Axle to axle, 51 inches. Total length, end of tire, 81 inches. So it's definitely as wide, if not wider, than your car.
Yeah.
And then ground to top of bar is 4 feet. They're just massive.
That's huge.
So other than fitting on the bike rack, what made you hesitate on pulling the trigger?
Seeing it in person, nothing. I would drive it just around the neighborhood at that point. I mean, it's just such an upgrade. It's like they've seen it, there's logos everywhere, even on the seat post. It's got a chain guard for this guy.
Yeah, the chain slap guard.
Yeah,
and big difference here between $300-400 and $2,100 plus shipping.
And just the range. I saw your range video recently.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Massive range.
You just slamming it. Just no.
Yeah, if you're gonna pedal it,
oh,
you're gonna go forever.
Dude, I actually saw a guy. I'm pretty sure I saw a guy with the Wired Cruiser flying past me when I was on the way back. I was like, holy, dude, he was flying.
I've never seen another one out around. Okay, so bigger than you expected.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Nicer than you were thinking. What else? You ready to ride it?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Other than not potentially fitting on the rack.
I mean, you could try to put it on there, but
that's the other thing, is if you could even get it up there.
if it's a bike you're going to leave in your garage and just ride, you don't have to worry. But if you have to take these things somewhere, like, it's something to consider.
Definitely gotta. I figured it was just like within normal length.
It's overkill on everything.
Fly past me on the grid.
Okay, I'll let you adjust seat height and see what you think. I didn't clamp it, so you have to do the wherever you want. Now, this thing.
That is a hefty kickstand.
Everything's hefty on this.
That's crazy.
Is this the only other bike you've ridden?
Yeah. My brother's got the same one. It's just in red, and then my girlfriend's Cruiser.
I've got this thing dialed up.
Up, yeah.
So, do you want me to dial it back?
I can.
When you hit that throttle, it is gonna jump.
It's gonna jump. Yeah. I was anticipating that, especially with this being the newer one, because I know you said the older one that they sent you, was it the white one?
Yeah.
Was a little bit slower, and then it got the new hub motor, I think. Hydraulic brakes feel great.
Oh, you don't even have hydraulics? Oh, cable brakes?
That's the other thing. Is I was like, do I just buy this, or do I put hydraulic? Because that's my biggest gripe on that thing is cable brakes.
Yeah, it'd be easy to do because all your lines are run outside, so you could slap hydraulic brakes on. But
the only other thing
you'd spend as much on the brakes as the bike, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like. You can't really justify it. It's like, do I upgrade that at all?
This is such a serious upgrade.
do I upgrade that at all to begin with, or do I just deal with it and get this? You know, it's just. I think it'd just be better to just get this. More bang for your buck.
There's no upgrade needed. You have as much battery as you can use, as much power as you can handle.
Yeah, literally.
So
there's literally nothing else you can possibly do to it besides your blinkers, but those are cool.
I'm still working on that. You'd be surprised how hard it is to get just simple blinkers onto a bike without having like another battery pack to power it and all that.
Actually, this seat is really comfortable.
Well, it's a lot of the rear suspension
suspension.
Because you don't have suspension on here either.
That's technically a hardtail. That's actually for 5'10". That's actually a good size.
I always tell people you got to be like 5'7" to ride them.
I saw the short of your wife on it.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
Holy crap, that thing's huge.
People email me all the time about that. Like, can I ride this? I'm like, I don't know. How confident are you? Because
it's like, that's a lot of power.
All right, man. Hang on.
Instant brake.
Oh, God. I'm a little nervous. Are you ready for this? Well, I mean, you have full power in the throttle. It doesn't matter what pedal assist you're in.
Oh, that does.
Yeah, this doesn't, you can set it to where it's like that, but right now it's set where you hit that throttle, you're getting 3,500 watts of.
Oh yeah, that sounds vicious. Just the little blip.
Oh gosh, this is, I mean, coming from this to that is like crazy.
That is a monster. Just that these brakes are fantastic.
The brakes are really good, yeah. And if you want to go take out in the street and test the speed, you're welcome to give it a go.
Yeah.
Maybe throw a helmet on.
Yeah, I bought it. I was like, yeah, this is so hefty, dude.
It's very hefty.
Videos do not do this thing a justice. Even pictures, like you can get as up close as you wanted. It just wouldn't. That's crazy. That was super weird with the whole the rack weight on the back. How it started to do that death wobble thing. I was like,
everybody asks me about the wobble. Like I can ride it no-handed, no problem. But if you like bump the bars, yeah, it starts wobbling.
Exactly.
I mean,
I was watching. I was like, my first thing was like, why are you riding no hands with that much power?
Exactly. That's the first thing. Like, why are you riding no-handed?
Yeah.
And then why are you disrupting the steering while you're doing it? Of course, it's going to go out of control.
Of course, it's going to do. What it's not.
I'm going to take my car back to the dealer and be like, look, when I let go of the steering wheel, and then I jerk it to the side, it goes out of control. Like, oh, you're suited up here.
Yeah.
Full motorcycle helmet.
This is actually my brother's old one. He actually went over the handlebars on his.
Oh, wow.
Down at downtown Clayton. He hit a bad rain gate, like a culvert thing. He just whoosh. I was like, nah, not at 21.
I've gone down a couple times before. I bit it on the greenway. I came up to one of those wooden bridges. And it just rained.
Slipped.
So slick with slime and like moss. The front wheel just went right out from under me. Okay, let's get the report. See how fast you can go on it safely. You might go on the road right there. It's like a nice long straight stretch.
Okay, no.
He's 5'10". That bike fits him like really well, actually. We'll see what he says when he comes back, but I mean, he's got to be impressed coming from this fun hang to the wired. I mean, wow, what a difference. This thing, I mean, it's cheap. I think he said it was like $300, $249 or something before like the taxes and shipping or whatever it was. And it's a 48 volt. I think he said 1,000 peak watts. That's not bad on this, honestly. But I don't know if his rack, I mean, I don't think I'd put a wired Freedom or Cruise or anything on this. It doesn't look beefy enough, really. You need to get a strong rack. I don't even use, like I have a bike rack and I put a bike on it the other day and it was almost bending it because it was too heavy. And that rack's only holding like 120, I think it's rated for. So I bought myself just an actual another motorcycle rack that I use for heavy bikes like the Freedom and the Warrior. The Warrior bike is 140 pounds, I think. So I don't want to be anywhere near capacities. I just want to have plenty of space. So I got a motorcycle rack. I'll show that to you later.
That's crazy.
You look serious. You look serious with that helmet on.
35 on that little straight.
35? You probably had more to go, I'm sure.
More too. That's crazy.
But you fit on it really well.
And the brakes just, it's such a smooth just stop. It's not, Like that one, it just squeals no matter what. It's so bad. Definitely recommend a helmet on this thing.
Yeah. I usually, if I'm out doing any speed, I'm in a helmet on this one. Okay, is it what you were thinking?
Oh yeah, absolutely, and more. Like this, the torque is just wow.
Yeah, it hits hard.
It does. Definitely, and if you're coming from the skinnier tires, this might be a little to get used to with the fat tires.
Yeah,
As far as like turning and whatnot.
they steer a lot heavier.
It is.
All right, well, what were you expecting about it? What's the negative here?
Honestly, I don't know yet.
Don't know?
I feel like you'd have to ride this thing for so long to even find something negative about it. Like even the pedaling, like it's a heavier bike. Of course, it's a heavier bike, so it's not as easy to pedal as like that thing.
Well,
for example.
do this. You ready? Another experiment. Switch it into gear 1. Right here. Like go drive around, pedal, and like change the gear so you get into 1. Because they upgraded the freewheel. So there's that 34 tooth on gear 1. Makes it crazy easy to pedal.
That's nothing.
Right? You could probably pedal that without power.
Oh, yeah. That's about the same. That's almost easier than that one. And that one's half the weight.
They put a huge cog on the back wheel, like a 34 tooth. So now you can pedal it super easy at low speed with no power. Okay, what else? What other questions?
How soon can it get delivered? I mean,
oh gosh, how soon deliver? That's a great question.
That's like even
Where are these bikes, Stephen? There, I know there's containers on the way. I think a bunch of containers of Freedoms and Cruisers arrived like toward the end of May. So these are going to start shipping out. They had a bunch of pre-orders.
Yeah.
So these I think are going out the door right now to people. I'd have to look on the website to see if you ordered one today, like how long it would take.
Yeah.
But I know they've got regular shipments coming in all summer to keep up. They can't keep anything in stock.
I do not doubt that at all. I want it even more now than I did just seeing it on the site and in your videos. It's like, dude, that is crazy. I'm gonna get back on that thing and go like, dang, I'm in like a 1999 Camry going from a Porsche 911. There's nothing super negative about it.
The only thing I can say negative about this bike is it's big and it is heavy. That doesn't work for everybody.
True. The amount of power that's just instantly there.
You get addicted to it.
You do, yeah.
You definitely get addicted to the power. Yeah.
What all is involved in the servicing of this thing?
Servicing, well, that is a great question for every e-bike, no matter what you're buying, is who's going to service it.
Right.
Because you can call, if something breaks, you can call Wired and
They'll send you
get you a part, but you got to put it on.
Right.
So if you do something dumb and you fry your motor and say, hey, I need a new motor, they can send you a motor core, but you got to break it open, take the wheel off and break it open, put it in there. But if you don't know what to do, let's say you bust, I don't know, the rear shock on it, and they send you one and you don't want to take the tube balls out to fix it. You can take it to a bike shop. They probably do that.
Yeah.
The thing about bike shops is they don't like to work on electric bikes, typically, unless they sell that brand.
Yeah, and if they do work on it, it's probably super upcharged, just because it's an electric.
They just don't want to touch it. They don't like these overseas made electric bikes. They'll do bike stuff normally.
Yeah.
They'll do like the brakes, maybe adjust the derailleur, fix a flat tire for you. But when it comes to electronics, like they're not going to change your controller. They're not going to do any of that.
The only other one I was considering is that latest 2TO.
Oh,
like,
yeah, that thing's super fun.
That thing looks fast too, but it's a little bit cheaper. But it's like
the small one or the bigger one?
The one that looks like a dirt bike.
Yeah, the ICT bike. That thing's so fun, but it's got no cargo ability on it, and you can't pedal it, and the seat kind of wears on me. But man, is it a blast!
It looks super fun. I was like, that looks so fun.
All right, well, you want to try anything else with it?
No, I
mean,
mean,
you want to try to put it on the rack and see if it even fits? Like, if it'll even attempt to go on here. Does it fit in the wheel things? Oh, I'm kind of like, my pedal's stuck on the thing there.
I feel like it would definitely fit in there. It's just...
I don't know if I can lift the back end of this thing. You ready? Let me get low on it. Ugh. It's a little too long.
Woo!
Not even in the wheel chuck. You have to stretch those out as wide as they'll go.
Oh, yeah.
And even then, I feel like you're putting a ton of stress on that bar.
Oh, yeah. It says it's got 160 capacity.
Yeah,
Sure,
160 capacity, but it holds two.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's half of that weight on each one.
Right.
So wait, so what you said 160?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's half of that? 30, 80?
Yep.
80 pounds. But you're putting 100 pounds on one of these, not 80. So you're over.
And then 50, yeah, that was the thing. I think these guys, the saddles are rated too.
It just looks like a monster compared to that rack.
So for anybody out there trying to put this on a normal bike rack.
Yeah, normal bike racks just, I mean, you gotta go get something heavy duty.
Yeah, do something motorcycle.
I've had a bunch of bike rack companies message me too about doing a rack, and then I look at it and it's 200-pound capacity.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, I mean, I don't know if I can even put two wired bikes on there.
Right wherever.
Well, I mean, you can drive it to the place you need to get to. Exactly. You don't have to carry it here. This, you don't want to jump on a 45-mile-an-hour road. I mean, 35-mile-an-hour roads, you're fine on this. You're right in the flow.
Yep. No issues at all with that. I mean, you can do 35 and what? From that speed bump to the end of the stop sign. Like, and it still has.
Oh, you didn't even go out on the street. You did it in the parking lot?
Yeah.
You went 35 in the parking lot. I thought you went out on the street. Yeah, there's a straight stretch over there, like where you could have really lit it up. Yeah, you probably only went like not even 100 yards.
Yeah, I mean, acceleration testament is fast.
All right, we're back home. Just a really quick wrap up for you. He was really glad that he got to see it, and he really wanted it after he saw it. Just saw the huge upgrade in quality compared to what he was riding. So he's probably gonna end up buying one of them. We'll see, how long it takes, and then plus he's got to wait for it to get shipped. So probably be a few months before he has one. But there was, I guess, one thing that really shocked him about the bike, and that was the size. He just kept saying over and over, "Oh my God, it's huge! It's enormous! This thing is hefty! It was taking pictures of it compared to his, like that shocked him, the size of the bike. It is a huge bike. You got to consider that. And then there was three things that he was really impressed with. One were the brakes. He was coming from cable brakes, and those like 4-piston, 203 rotor, Gemma hydraulic, but it's night and day. They're so much stronger, and he couldn't get over that. The power, he was really impressed with the power, and then the suspension. He's riding a hardtail now, and you put him on that 4-link suspension with the D&M air shock, it's like riding on a cloud, right? So those are three things. Hopefully his commentary kind of helped you if you're considering buying one too. And I want to show you one last thing, which is the rack that I use, because I told you in the video I use like a motorcycle rack. It's a Black Widow bike carrier meant for like a dirt bike, or you can use it for a heavy e-bike. I'll link it below if you want to look at it, or you can go to Black Widow, or you can go to Amazon, or you can go to discount ramps. They sell it a bunch of places. It holds a single e-bike, single dirt bike, whatever you want to put on it. Got a 300-pound capacity. I put the Freedom on there just so you can see it real quick. Let me spin the camera. All right, here you go. I turned it into the sun. Maybe it's a little bit easier to see. So this is a Black Widow is the name brand of it. The rack itself only weighs like 31 pounds. It's super lightweight, 300-pound capacity, holds one bike. And you can see you've got these pins right here. You can put it in any slot you want to kind of fit the wheel base of the bike. So it only holds one, comes with the rack to load it, which makes it super easy to load. And then the rack just stores right here. There's a pin that holds it in there. It rests on these little bars right there. It's pretty slick. And there's an anti-tilt mechanism up by the hitch there to keep the rack from like wiggling side to side like that. So I think this is great because the rack is really lightweight. It's easy to move around. My other bike rack's probably twice the weight. It's kind of a chore to carry it. This one's so light. The drawback is everything is held on this rack by the straps. So you're gonna, put straps on your bars here like this, down to these mounting points here, and then the same thing on the back. You're gonna go from the back end down to here. So you're gonna have 4 straps that are holding the bike onto the rack, and that's it. There's no arms or hooks or anything like that to keep it in place. So when I transport them, I'm gonna put 4 of these. These are strapinos. They're automatic retractable, so you don't have to worry about all the slack hanging down. So look that up, strapino. So I'll put 4 of those on, 2 on the front holding it down, 2 on the back holding it that way, and then I'll probably wrap something right here around the wheel just to keep it set down in there for extra added security. And if you look at the directions, they tell you the wheel is supposed to sit like down in there further, and then you put one of the pins over top of it. But with these big, huge 30-inch fat tires, it's hard to get it to fit in there like that. This was the pin configuration I thought that worked the best. So there you go. That's what I use. This thing is really stable. It was lightweight and it was cheap. I think I paid 130 bucks on Amazon and it was here in 2 days. So if you are considering a big bike like Wired Freedom, which weighs, this thing weighs 120 pounds with all the batteries in it, you need to also consider, if you have to transport it, how you're going to do that. There's not a whole lot of bicycle racks that really can handle something like this. So check out some motorcycle style carriers like this. I think this is the way to go. This is always what I recommend to people, really. Okay, folks, that's all for today. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.